from the hustle and bustle of the concrete jungle that is Johannesburg. And this time around we find ourselves in a small peaceful village called Mariti, which falls under the Bushbuckridge municipality out here in Mpumalanga. Welcome to this edition of the Art Bulletin. My name is Dumisi Dumedi, and as always, we appreciate your staying with us. Tim Sandham and Angus Douglas have created a humorous yet informative play called Bosman's Patriots. The play uses unseen AV material and watercolor images of Bosman, creating a new take on literature in South Africa. You can catch this play at the Foxwood House in Houghton this weekend.
It's a tribute to the South African writer Herman Charles Bosman, who died in 1951. He lived from 1905 to 1951, and he's famous for 180 odd short stories, many involving the raconteur Oom Skalk Lourens, and Patrick Maynard also helped to get the word out about Bosman's writing about this Backveld Boer character and the wonderful stories that come out of the area called the Mariko. Bosman's perhaps been a bit out of favour, partly for using the K word. And so we've tried to look at that and we've asked the question, was he a racist? And that's an important question, obviously, these days. And for us, and we've done a lot of research, my co-writer Tim Sandham and co-actor he's even written a book called A Bosman Companion. So we've gone into it quite a lot. And really, Bosman was an anarchistic person. He was a bohemian. He was anti-establishment. He wasn't political, but he was a humanitarian. And he was against race. He said, I don't consider the notion of racial superiority to be wrong. I considered it absurd.
Tributes and condolences are continuing to pour in for the godfather of house, Frankie Knuckles, who died last week at the age of 59 from what is believed to be complications from type 2 diabetes. The late DJ's signature track called Your Love has shot into the top 40 of the UK's official singles chart.
Your Love originally peaked at number 59 in 1989, but Frankie Knuckles' death has seen the hit make its top 40 debut thanks to a Facebook campaign to get the Chicago legend back into the official singles chart. Born Francis Nichols on January 18, 1955, the Bronx native began his playing career in New York City discos alongside friend Larry Levan. In the 1970s, Knuckles relocated to Chicago to become the resident DJ at Chicago's Warehouse. He later launched his own venue, Power Plant. As the popularity of disco began to decline, Knuckles kept the dance floor moving by weaving together elements of disco, soul, and electronic production, a genre later dubbed as house music. In addition to remixing artists such as Michael Jackson, Luther Vandross, and Diana Ross, Knuckles released a series of his own original productions, including 1987's Your Love and 1991's The Whistle Song.
Miss O is hosting a mini workshop full of dazzling activities that include a burlesque extravaganza. The newcomer queen of burlesque will be announced at the Miss Tournament of Tees 2013, which takes place at Tans Live in Johannesburg today.
It's a burlesque competition, and where all the new performers have a platform to show their mini piece of theatre. So we brought it to South Africa, and I met Bronwyn in her lovely store, and we decided that we were going to put it on South African stages as well to give other ladies an opportunity to perform.
And when it comes to the clothing itself, you want layers, so you want to be able to take things off slowly. This is not a strip show exactly per se, so that's why we usually look at things like corsets, suspenders, stockings, items that you can take off in layers. Well, we're going to be putting on a small fashion show on the night as well, but the sort of things you can look out for is we've actually put together a little fete, sort of a festival of expo stands for suppliers that have something to do with the burlesque community. So we've got ladies that make fascinating hair fascinators and even sparkly little gadgets to go with the burlesque side of things. We will
Pasties, nipple
tassels, if we're allowed to say that. There will be other accessories almost like what they do at the cabaret type shows, where feather boas, hats, to get the audience into the whole vibe of what burlesque is.
The girls, they each do their own pieces of theatre that they've showed us or something new, and then we also have seasoned guest performers that are performing on the night as well, and singers, so it's a big extravaganza.
Stand 47 is a concept home and a case study built on Monaghan Farm, set to highlight the benefits of contemporary design and building practices using state-of-the-art materials. It was launched earlier this week in Lanseria.
The inspiration behind Stand 47 for me personally, is really one of simply trying to show that this could be done better, that one can build a better home that is more comfortable, that is more efficient, that is something that retains its value, that is something that you want to live in and you want to share with your friends, and at the same time does not come at any significant premium cost. And going through this process was, for me, a way of being able to understand what one can do with what is available. And I'd like to think that we've achieved that.
The Performing Arts Centre of Free State, known as Parkhoffs, will host its first ever Artist Indaba at their San Duplessis Theatre. Among the key role players at this Indaba is veteran actor Jerry Mufokeng, who was appointed as Parkhoffs Artistic Director earlier this year.
The day definitely consists of a full-day conference in terms of gathering the concerns and people really expressing themselves, because for some time artists in the Free State haven't really come together to discuss relevant issues concerning artists in the Free State in terms of development, in terms of participation both locally and internationally, to say how best can the Department of Arts and Culture together with Parkhoffs ensures that development really takes place in the Free State and we produce artists that could entertain South Africa and the world, and make sure that we create sustainable income for them so that they participate in the economy in the world as a whole.
A new South African movie has been selected to appear at two prestigious US film festivals, the Beverly Hills and the Julien Dubuque Film Festivals. The movie, which features Nico Panaggio, Lo Venter, KCB Dolan and Kim Engelbrecht, opened at local cinemas nationwide last Friday.
Excuse me, everybody, Mensa, I'm Lucas, I'm the Strooijonker. Welcome, everybody.
Jean and Cheryl are getting married. He's Afrikaans, she's Jewish. Their families are tense, and Lucas, the best man, has been on a drinking spree and forgotten to confirm the band. In desperation, he books the first available singer he can find. Big mistake. Critics have described Confetti as an unexpected love story that will make you laugh and cry. It is written by Lo Venter and directed by Zahir Goodman Bayat and is based on a play, The Best Man's Speech, which Lo penned. According to Goodman Bayat and Venter, the entertainment value in the film is high and generates genuine humor, from the cultural differences between the Afrikaans and Jewish families to the wedding singer, who's actually the bride's high school nemesis, a lost wedding ring, and a Rastafarian priest.
You know how expensive this one is?
The British Council's Future News competition gives aspiring journalists in South Africa between the ages of 16 and 19 the opportunity to attend the Future News International Young Journalists Conference in Glasgow, Scotland. The competition announced its 3 winners on Monday, and we caught up with one of them.
It means quite a lot. Yeah. On a personal level, it's my first time on a plane. Yeah. And the fact that I'll be traveling outside of the country is also incredible. But on a professional level, I think the opportunity to be meeting with my peers from across the globe, not just the country, because of course there's 3 of us who've won, 2 of us from here in Joburg and 1 from KZN. So to be interacting with my peers and also meeting with industry professionals who know what they're talking about, who are going to be giving us their time. For instance, we'll be traveling with Chris Roper, who's the editor-in-chief of the Mail and Guardian. So to have the opportunity to interact with these incredible people, I'm absolutely excited about it.
The quality of the young journalists in South Africa is incredibly high, and the standard of the entrants that we received in the competition was again incredibly high. It made the choice of the winners incredibly difficult for us as well, but I think we managed to choose what I see to be the best representative sample of the future of news in South Africa.
And that's how we come to the end of today's edition of the Art Bulletin from the now rainy village of Mariti out in Bushbuck Ridge in Mpumalanga. To get a hold of us, just email the Art Bulletin at sabc.co.za. Otherwise, you can check out our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter. Until next time, it's a goodbye from us.